good morning. It's Leza live on the news 103.5 FM KYCA on a Thursday morning. How's the team? Present and accounted for?
Drew pointed to me, so I'm going to go with I'm so wizard today.
You're what?
I'm bringing it back, wizard.
You're wizard today.
Yeah, I'm going good.
Okay, all right. I didn't know you could use wizard that way.
It was a gag in Family Guy a few years ago.
Oh, Family Guy. Okay, all right.
They just kept using the word wizard to describe everything.
I don't know on Talk Like a Pirate Day if you should be a wizard. That's weird.
Why not? It goes with pirates. I mean, I'm great.
You are
better.
Great.
Oh, that's more like Tony the Tiger.
I like it though. That Serial, Tony the Tiger, morning show. I like it. It works.
Then we're going with that.
Okay, fantastic. How about Drew? How's you?
I'm supercalifragilisticexpialidocious today.
Yes.
Drew wins.
Drew got
Drew
today.
wins. Mic drop. Drop a mic somewhere.
No, we were planning that one out for a little bit.
It was all about the timing.
Right.
So that helped me on the timing
Yeah.
here. So that's why I wanted him to go first today.
I was curious.
Well done.
Yeah.
It sounded great. I want to know, though, and so does everybody else, can you spell that?
I can barely spell my name.
It's just Drew.
I only have 4 letters. That's it.
Oh, gosh. Well, good. I'm glad you're both doing well today. Yeah. I am happy to see Matt this morning because he went to the Valley for the big Green Day concert, and I thought maybe you'd have a late night and not make it in this morning, but here you are.
It was a late night, and I am very tired.
I bet you are, but you made it. Look at him, committing to the bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you didn't want to miss the big show this morning.
No, and I just am not going to be as talkative as usual, or I'll be more talkative. One of the two.
I was going to say, every time he says he's not going to, he is.
That's
so
true.
how was it? Was it good, the concert?
So you saw Elton John at Chase, right?
I did.
So that's where Green Day and Smashing Pumpkins played.
Mm-hmm.
And so I-17 was atrocious.
Always. Now, let me ask you, did you call 511 before you headed south?
No, because I believe what happened on I-17 happened while I was
you were on it.
Process, which has happened to me many times.
It has happened to me before. I've called 511 and then, boom, stuck. So how long were you stuck? And what was the problem?
Hour and a half. A semi-truck decided to spontaneously combust.
Really? It caught on fire?
Yep, it caught on fire. And by the time I got past it, the entire cab part was gone. The trailer was still there, but the cab was gone. I mean, it was just wheels.
That is amazing.
And the thing that bothers me is that it was not on the main roads of travel. It was all the way off in the new construction area south of near Black Canyon City, near the Yavapai County, Maricopa County line. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was way off to the side. The guy pulled way off and let it do its thing or whatever.
And they still had to stop traffic.
I don't know if they stopped. It was just people looking.
Oh, you think
because
so?
They even had a big sign that said, "Both lanes are open. Please continue."
That's what it was. People had to get their video. Everybody had to stop and take a photo of the trucker on fire.
And so, because of that, I missed the 2 opening bands.
You did not. So who did you miss?
I missed the Linda Lindas and Rancid.
Oh, that's okay. I've seen them. They're not that great.
Rancid?
Just kidding. I don't have a clue.
I wanted to see Rancid.
Not scoring points.
But
I don't have a clue.
Not scoring points, boy.
So the point I was going to get to about Chase Field,
yes, please,
is that the show was incredible. Green Day, I can't believe they played for 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
And the energy would put my 2-year-old niece to shame.
Yeah.
That's how much energy they brought.
Nice.
But the acoustics in that stadium are atrocious.
Well, it's a baseball field. I mean, were you way up in the nosebleed?
I wasn't in the best seats, I'll put it that way, but I wasn't down on the floor. I mean, that was like thousands to be on the floor.
When I saw Elton John and Billy Joel separately, we were on the floor, and it sounded great.
Well,
that's the key. You got to be right in front of those huge walls of speakers.
I don't have Leza Live kind of money.
Well,
so,
I didn't buy those tickets. Scott Dandos did.
I gotta be dropped off. I gotta parachute into where my seats are. So.
Well, I did look back during both those concerts. I thought, how can they even see the stage? It's so far back. Thank goodness for the big screen TVs that they put up at every concert anymore, right?
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're right there.
But there was the second concert of this week.
Yeah, you're a party animal.
Oh, I got 2 more for the year, and they're both in October, so I get a little bit of a breather.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know if I'll pay to go to Chase again because it was just awful.
Well, you don't have to. That is a choice.
The show was great, though.
Good. I'm glad
Smashing
you had
Pumpkins
fun.
were great. Green Day was awesome.
Yeah.
I went with my buddy Steve and his wife and their friend Christy.
Perfect.
And everybody had a great
Was it a
time.
double date? Christy,
No.
Steve, wife, you? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't,
Okay. I
No,
thought
I
you
don't
were
think
gonna.
Try,
so.
though.
Thank you. I was like, he's not going to slide that
well,
one right by
I
me.
shouldn't
I knew you were
disclose.
gonna let him get away.
I shouldn't disclose on the radio because I know Steve is listening.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But yeah, he's tried, and there's just no magic
There's
there.
no
So.
chemistry, huh?
Well, not yet, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
not
know.
with her anyway. Not
No.
for her. I'm just kidding, Maddie.
Maybe in the future. I don't know. I don't think so.
All right.
but
Well, we'll all keep our fingers crossed. That would be nice.
yeah, it
Yeah,
would be nice.
That would be nice.
But
Okay.
anyway, so yeah, that was and I got back at almost 2:00 this
And
morning.
was it smooth sailing on the way home?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
good.
There was nothing.
Nobody on the road.
Well, that's the thing. They're still doing the construction.
Yeah.
But there's hardly anybody on there, so you just slow down, go
Yeah.
over to your one lane, and you keep going. There's no stops, no
Yeah.
nothing. You just slow down.
Perfect.
So
Good.
But I got back at about 2.
Good.
So
2 a.m. and he's here this morning for a 9 o'clock show.
yep.
I'm proud. I'm just really proud and impressed.
Dedicated to the bit.
That's right. So, how was your afternoon, Drew? You have a good day
Wonderful.
yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good day. Came home, did a few things.
Yeah.
Had to take care of my Bella girl.
How's she doing?
Good. She, everything's good. Her incision is healed.
Right.
The cone of shame is off.
Nice.
And she is a happy camper with
Oh,
that.
good.
So I put it down on the ground and I said, go ahead. And she just started tearing it up. She hated it. So we got rid of the cone of shame. And now we just have another week of her being a little mellow.
Calm. Try to keep her
Because,
calm.
she still runs and jumps and she's a puppy. And,
That's right. That's right.
you
You
know,
just do
even
the
though
best
she's
you
doing
can.
good, we just want to be, cautious and make sure because I don't want to go back to the
No.
doggy hospital again or any of
No,
that.
no, good. Well, I'm glad you're
Yeah.
keeping her a little calm. You got to do that. Yes.
And then last night we had Wherever Wednesday instead of Taco
Oh.
Tuesday. The group got together.
yes. Where did you go?
We ended up at the Girly Grill.
Oh, nice.
Early Street Grill. Oh, well, isn't it Senior Day on Wednesdays?
Yes,
It's
Janet
nice.
had put it together, but I got to tell you, the best pot pie I've ever had.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Yeah, their pot
Really?
pie is very good there. Yeah.
I don't
If
think
you
I
have
had
not
it.
had their pot pie,
I haven't.
first of all, it's a meal for 3.
Okay. Don't
Okay,
get it
I
for
mean
yourself.
it's literally almost a foot,
Nice.
and it's fantastic. It's homemade. If you want it, just remember when you order it, they
Yeah.
tell you it's going to be a while because
Right.
they actually do the dough there. But it is honestly the best chicken pot pie I've ever had in my life.
Wow, that sounds
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah, it really was. And by the way, we ordered and people were walking in going, "What's that? What's that on our table?"
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. It was good
Good.
a
Oh,
lot of
good.
fun.
Wherever Wednesday. I like it.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
That's cool.
because we don't have a destination at this point.
I like that. I like that.
Wherever
You
Wednesday.
never know where you're going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, I actually ended up playing golf yesterday afternoon, and it
Oh.
was
Good.
amazing out. The weather, the temperature, the breeze, it was spectacular. One of the best days on the course ever, and I've kind of changed up my swing. I've been doing something new. I've been watching these reels on Facebook of these golf tips. And instead of taking lessons, you watch these golf tips. So yesterday, before I went to play, I was practicing by watching, these tips. And some of these tips, I watched 2, and I implemented them yesterday. And holy smokes, I'm onto something.
You killed it, huh?
I crushed the drive, but that is my best part of my game, the drive. But it even went further and straighter with these 2 little tips. Last night, Scott's like, "You got to send me those." I'm like, "No, I'm not sending you those tips."
I thought you guys were a team, though.
Well, we are, but when we play together, I mean, we're competitive, he and I.
They're a team when it's convenient.
We're a team when we're
it's
playing
convenient.
as a team, but when we play together, we both want to win. We do. We're competitive like
okay.
that. So that was gorgeous. Played at Capitol Canyon, which is
Okay.
just the most beautiful golf course. Well, one of them. We've got so many great golf courses in our area. And afterwards, Elena, who was on our show yesterday, and I were sitting on the patio at Capitol Canyon Club, and there was a bobcat on like the grass area by the fence. I mean, right there
Yeah.
where we were. And then we looked again. There were 4 to 5. They've moved kind of fast, so I couldn't really keep track. They moved so fast that I couldn't get a video. I just wanted to check them out. They were so cute, little bobcat kittens.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because if it's like 4 or 5 adults, like
No.
I would have been running inside,
Right?
Because
No,
they're
no,
hunting
no,
you
no.
at that point.
Yeah, no, they were little, and we were like, "Mom's close." Mom is not too far off, so we didn't get too close. And then they took off, but that was really special.
They're a very beautiful animal, too.
Yes, yes.
Very, very Well, as Mark Twain put it in his book, he described a bobcat as 30 pounds of pure hell.
Is that right?
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
And if you've ever heard one of them growl,
No, I haven't.
it's not like a cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
They're,
more like a lion.
We have one. We have one in our neighborhood, and he's a very, very cool cat.
Yeah.
But when I see him, I go the other way because
Yeah.
he's impressive,
Right.
and he's lightning fast.
Wow.
He makes Bella look like a snail. Seriously.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, so
Well,
they're really neat animals.
yeah.
And that's very rare
It
that you
was
get to see that many.
Such a treat, and they couldn't decide what they wanted to do. If they wanted to play on the grass, or if they wanted to go back into the woods or forest area. But playing out there, we saw all sorts of critters. It was really, I mean, it was as much fun sightseeing as it was playing golf yesterday. So anyway, had to mention that. And
Fantastic.
yeah, it was a great
All
day.
right, but how'd you do overall?
I didn't tally my score yet, but I have a picture of it. I really do. I bogeyed a lot. Let's just say that. I had a birdie, and I hit a couple pars. So it was a good day.
I
Was
wanted
good.
to know who won.
I know. Neither of us that we're not competitive. Elena and I, we're social golfers. When we play together, we're just out there having fun, practicing. We're playing in a big tournament next Tuesday. Karen Fan will be filling in for me next Tuesday, guys.
Okay.
So I can go play in. Pinnacle Bank is one of our sponsors here on
Right.
the show, and so Elena and I are going to play. So we were practicing for the tournament next week.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
It's all the short game.
that's it. It is.
It's the short game.
I'm gonna invent a golf game where it's just the drive. Every hole, whoever gets the drive wins that hole, and then you go to the next one, and then you drive, and whoever drives the furthest gets that hole. And at the end, somebody, it's like who has the most.
I believe that's called Top Golf.
Well, yeah, it is, kinda, yeah. But so anyway, that's what I'm working on. That's gonna be my side hustle. I'm gonna have these long drive golf tournaments, and it's gonna be a ton of fun. And you're gonna be involved, I'm sure.
Of course, I'll watch.
Taking pictures.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, I want to know, did anybody partake in National Cheeseburger Day yesterday? You didn't. You had pot pie on National Cheeseburger Day.
Of
How
course,
dare
because
you?
I went to Girly Grill.
Yeah.
But Janet had a cheeseburger,
Okay, all right.
and I'll tell you what I'll tell you what, their food was very good there.
Good. It's
Nice cheeseburger.
It's been around a long time. We love the girl. Yeah. Did you have a cheeseburger on National Cheeseburger
I did
Day?
not. No.
No, I didn't either. I had like Mediterranean flatbread. So, so anyhow, but it's probably for the best because there are a lot of fast food chains that do not use real cheese on their burgers. And I thought this was kind of interesting coming out this morning after National Cheeseburger Day. Do you want to know who does use real cheese?
Yes.
Okay, starting with Panera, Starbucks, Taco Bell uses real cheese. Chipotle, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, and Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box surprises me because those tacos have something weird in them. I never thought it was
Mystery
cheese.
meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the meat, and it's not meat. It's actually soy.
Yeah.
Soy. Yeah. Okay. But they're delicious.
They are. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, for 99 cents all day.
Right. Now, the fast food chains that do not use real cheese, McDonald's, Burger King, Sonic, Dairy Queen, and a couple that we don't have here, Tim Hortons and Bojangles, do not use real cheese.
I notice In-N-Out is missing on that list, but
I bet
In-N-Out
they
I'm
do.
sure is 100% real everything.
I'm sure they do. Yes. Okay, so that takes us to our daily designations today. It is, like I mentioned earlier, International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr. Do you know what a pirate's favorite letter in the alphabet? Does that sound like a pirate?
No, it sounds very
Oh, but
British.
Keep going. It's entertaining.
I like it.
Do you know what I can't do it
Now
now.
it's Count Dracula.
Can't do it. Do you know what a pirate's favorite letter in the alphabet is? Do you know?
Well, Drew just nailed it. Yeah.
No.
It's not R?
It's the C, matey.
The sea. All right.
I fell
I
short.
stand
Fell a little
corrected.
short. A little short. R makes more sense. But they love the C too. You can't be a pirate if you don't have the C,
Yeah.
right?
You know, Johnny Depp didn't do any R's when he was a pirate.
He didn't do any R's at all.
No, think about it.
I can't.
No
I mean,
army buckos or any of that
yeah,
stuff.
no. Oh, you'd think he would. So I don't know. I don't know why it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. It sounds kind of silly to me, but I guess it's just for fun.
Of course.
Yes.
Because they ran out of other days?
Can you talk like a pirate,
No.
Matt?
I'm
Give
not
it a
skilled
shot.
enough.
Give it a shot. I did.
I'm not skilled enough. I mean, I don't. Shiver me timbers, mateys. I don't know.
Oh, that sounded really energetic.
Can you talk like
Shiver
a
me
pirate?
timbers.
Drew,
There,
can you?
better.
Yeah, that was.
Arr, shiver me timbers, matey.
Oh, Drew's good. Of course he is. He's
Well,
good at
he's
everything.
good at everything.
Yeah,
I mean, come
he
on.
is. He is.
He's like 300 years old.
Oh.
310, get it right.
It's National Pawpaw Day. You know what a pawpaw is? Not a grandpa. Not
Oh.
that kind of pawpaw. Do either of you know?
Is it kind of sandwich?
I love bringing you information that you don't know. I mean, I feel like
That's why I come here.
I'm so glad. Well, a pawpaw is an often forgotten American fruit. It's also known as the Kentucky banana or a hillbilly mango. Kind of tastes like a mango mixed with a banana, and even though it seems tropical, it's native to the southern United States. A pawpaw. Never heard of it, never tasted it, but now I'm curious.
I lived in the South. I've never even
You never even
that.
heard of a pawpaw? Okay.
No, seriously.
All right. Well, me neither.
And Drew knows everything.
Oh,
Yes,
jeez.
he does. Well, and I have one more story for you because we got to move on. We got a big show for you. We're going to be talking about the Prescott Indian Art Market this weekend at Charlotte Hall Museum. This is one of everybody's favorites, and we've got the team coming in to talk all about it. But first, question. How much money would you need to wade into a Florida swamp in the middle of the night and wrestle a 15-foot Burmese python to death? How much money?
How much money do I need?
Yeah, to do that.
I mean, I'd probably do it for a cool $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah.
You know, I probably would for $500,000 too. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Burmese python?
Yeah.
I think there's got to be a number with at least 6 zeros behind it.
Yeah. Okay, well, a guy just won Florida's annual Python Challenge, scoring himself a $10,000 prize.
Yeah, that's not enough.
No
That
way.
doesn't even cover the medical bill.
I mean, 15 feet, that's a big snake. And, I mean, even at my
Yes.
size, he could get down at least one of my legs by the time I get him
Right?
off me.
You're not
So,
wrong. You're not wrong.
no, this is...
Yeah, well, he had to catch 20 of the giant invasive snakes to win that. That's $131 per snake. Absolutely not. No way.
Wasn't I just talking about this the other day?
We were yesterday. We were
Yeah.
talking about pythons. Why were we talking about pythons in
I know we were talking about. It was after the show.
I
But
know,
yeah,
it
it
was.
was something about Florida. I don't. It's always Florida.
It's always Florida. Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah. Okay. The second place winner caught one fewer, but only won $2,500. Yeah, that
He
sounds.
got ripped off.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good deal to me. I'm gonna pass on
Yeah,
that one.
risk your life for
Yeah.
$2,500.
Exactly, because a python can eat you, right? Or do they squeeze
They're
you?
constrictors. Yeah.
Constrictors.
Okay. All right.
But if he's 20 foot long, he could wrap around you, crush your bones,
and then eat you.
yeah,
Absolutely.
not an issue.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we discussed it
Yeah.
this morning. Okay. Coming up, we have the Charlotte Hall Museum Executive Director, Stuart Rosebrook. Also, Charlotte Hall Museum Curator of Collections and Exhibits, Jackson Medal. And we have the featured Native American artist this year. Her name is Priscilla Tackany, and I hope I said it right, and if not, we're going to ask her so she can correct us. But they're coming up next to talk about the Prescott Indian Art Market right here on Leza Live. Right now, ladies, when it comes to your health, Prescott Women's Clinic has you covered. From annual well woman exams to specialized care, they offer all the services you need at every stage of your life. Whether it's family planning, prenatal care, hormone therapy, or menopause management, their compassionate team is here for you. With expert care and a supportive environment, Prescott Women's Clinic is dedicated to empowering women with health care they deserve. With 2 convenient locations in Prescott and Prescott Valley, schedule your appointment today. Take charge of your health, ladies. Give them a call, 928-778-4300, or check them out online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA. Would love to welcome back in studio with me the Executive Director of Charlotte Hall Museum, Stuart Rosebrook. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Leza. Good to see you.
Great to see you. You have a big weekend on tap.
It's going to be fantastic. We're expecting lots of people, and
Yes.
some of the best artists around the country are coming.
Yes, we're looking forward to the Prescott Indian Art Market taking place on Saturday and Sunday on the campus of Charlotte Hall Museum. And we're going to give y'all all the specifics. But first, why don't we introduce the other guests? Why don't you go ahead and do that,
All
Stuart?
right. Jackson Medell is our curator of collections at the museum. He's been there with 3 years now, Jackson?
Just about 2 now.
Okay.
All right.
Happy to be here.
There's a lot going on in the last 2 years. It seems
Yes,
like 3. hasn't it?
right.
It has been. It's been fast and furious over there for the curatorial team.
And Jackson has been
Fantastic.
chairing the PIM this year. He is the man behind the weekend. And
Wow.
I'll tell you, hundreds of hours of work
Yes.
with the council to bring in this juried show.
Oh, exciting. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Right. And our featured artist this year from Prescott Valley, Arizona, Priscilla Tachini.
Tachini.
Tachini. See, I screwed
There
it
you
up
go.
too.
All right, Priscilla.
And your pronunciation is so much better than both of ours, Stuart.
It's actually a Navajo clan name.
Okay.
It means red running into the water.
Love it. That's beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, I have the poster for this year's, what do you call it? The PIM? That's what you're calling
Prescott
the Prescott Indian Art Market.
That's right.
Is the PIM.
Correct.
Okay,
That's
and
right.
I have the poster, and it has Priscilla's beautiful artwork on it. I mean, just spectacular.
We are very honored to have her as our featured artist this year. We were just talking before the show. This is your 15th, 16th, 17th year at the show?
Wow.
Something like that.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Well, it's in your own backyard, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, like I said, it is coming up this Saturday and Sunday. Tell us, what can people expect if they come on out? And how many years have we been doing this? I mean, obviously more than 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the 26th year of the
Wow.
Prescott Indian Art Market. It was
Fantastic.
established by the previous curator of anthropology, Sandy Lynch, beloved figure here in Prescott and in the Charlotte Hall community. So, yeah, we're really excited to be continuing this and to get to feature a local artist.
Yes.
And her beautiful work in this event is really great.
Fantastic. I can't wait to hear all about it. We're going to ask you all sorts of questions about your artwork next segment, okay? But
Okay.
first, let's just tell people, if they've never been, which I can't imagine, that they've never been to this in the past 26 years, what can people expect?
Well, Saturday and Sunday, we open 9 to 5 on Saturday, 9 to 4 on Sunday. It's $5 entry fee. Members are free. We have close to 90 artists, 10 demonstrators. And one of the things that I think that Jackson and Priscilla can talk about is that many of the artists return year after year, which brings people back because there are our visitors have developed relationships and friendships and look forward to seeing their new art and revisiting their lifelong friends that they've made here. It's a very intimate show. It's much different from some of the larger shows in New Mexico or down in Phoenix. And I think both Jackson and Priscilla can talk a little bit about how important that is. It makes this market so special here in Prescott.
Right.
at
Well,
Charlotte Hall.
it's a juried selection, correct?
It
so
is, yes.
people apply, or do you invite them to apply? How does it work for the artists?
Well, we try to get the word out as widely as possible. We communicate to all the artists that have been there previously and try to get out to other markets to recruit artists to get the word out. But yes, artists apply, and it goes through a pretty rigorous jury process. Priscilla was directly involved in that this year.
Nice.
And yeah, it's a pretty rigorous process, but that helps us ensure that we have some of the finest work
Very
that's
nice.
out there at our market. And Stuart's absolutely correct. One of the real differentiators here is that it is a smaller, intimate market. And there are people, artists are there in part at least to see each other as well as their longtime customers. So
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah.
I'm sure they look forward to it because the grounds alone at Charlotte Hall Museum I just set the most beautiful setting for this art market. And so I'm sure everybody wants to be there. And like you said, it's become kind of a community as such with
Absolutely.
the artists. So they go ahead and apply, the artists do. And then do you interview them, or do you yourself do the research to find out, what they've done and what do they have to go through to be selected to be part of this art market?
Well, most of it's self-selection.
Okay.
So they give us work samples, biomaterial, and we verify tribal enrollments, and all that kind of stuff to ensure that it's an authentically indigenous market.
Very nice.
And then we get together with our advisory council. And basically spend a weekend going through each application, looking at the artist's work and looking at their bios, and just sort of, there's a lot of discussion that happens.
Yes.
Occasionally there's a little back and forth between different people
debate.
with different opinions. But one of the great things is that our jury represents all the different art forms that we are bringing into the market. So, we get expert opinions from individuals about particular things. And then we also have, not an outsider view, but, not as intimately connected.
Right.
Priscilla as a photographer and digital artist brings a different eye than Patrick, who's a jeweler.
Sure.
So
Sure, that makes sense.
It was a really neat process to be involved in this year, and to really see like in action.
Well, 90 artists. I mean, that had to take quite a bit of time to go through every single one to be to select them. And from the list of things that people will enjoy: cultural performances, photography, jewelry, one of my favorites, weavings, pottery, sculpture, carvings, and paintings. So it's going to be quite a show. We'll talk about some of the artists, and of course, we're going to get to Priscilla Ticini coming up. I want to hear all about how you became a photographer and digital artist after this quick break. All right, more with everybody here to talk about the Prescott Indian Market coming up here on Leza Live. Right now, speaking of jewelry, you got to check out the before and after pictures on the Facebook and Instagram pages of the Artful Eye Jewelers. Super cool to see old jewelry get a makeover and get to be enjoyed once again. And I highly recommend you clean out your jewelry boxes. This is a great time to do it right before the holidays, and then take in what you have already that you're not wearing. It needs to be repaired, or it's just kind of out of style, lost its luster, I don't know, whatever reason. And get your free jewelry design consultation. It's super fun, and you get to repurpose what's just sitting in your jewelry box. They are experts at turning old jewelry into something you love to wear again at the Artful Eye Jewelers, middle of Whiskey Row, downtown Prescott. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to Leza Live. On the news 103.5 FM, we're talking about the Prescott Indian Art Market taking place at Charlotte Hall Museum this coming Saturday and Sunday. We have Jackson and Stewart from Charlotte Hall Museum in with us, but we also have the featured Native American artist at this year's festival, Priscilla Ticini. And you are a resident of Prescott Valley, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I've lived out here for over 24 years.
Okay, very nice. Coming from?
I originally grew up on the Navajo Reservation. I'm from a little town called Kayenta.
Oh, I know Kayenta, on the way to Lake Powell, right?
On the way to Monument Valley.
Okay, very good. Okay, that's right. Well, wonderful. We're so glad that you're here, and congratulations on being the featured artist. Tell everybody about your artwork.
I've been a photographer for about 17 years. I started out in digital photography by taking a art photography class here at the community college, and I specialize in landscape, and I do portraiture, and now I kind of do concept type photography, which is kind of like storytelling.
Mm-hmm. And would you call this poster, would you call that concept photography?
Yes.
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 So tell everybody, I mean, I know that the people streaming it with the video can see. Those of you listening on the radio, not so much, but it is really beautiful. Tell us a little bit about this piece right here that's on the poster.
Well, this piece was inspired by a story about first man and first woman. And in our culture, we have first man and first woman, the holy people. And they decided that they needed to put stars up in the sky. And in the first world, it was totally dark. And so they laid out this hide on the ground and had these different color stones. And they decided to put constellations up. So we have our own names for the constellations. And so in the poster here is First Woman, and she is building her constellation, which is called a female revolver. And First Man also have his own constellation, which is called a male revolver. And the female revolver is actually Cassiopeia, and the male revolver is the Big Dipper. And in the center is Polaris, which in our culture is the fire pit. So they actually revolve around the fire pit.
Beautiful.
So this photograph / concept piece, I use my photography skills and also my graphic design skills. I'm also a graphic designer.
Okay.
I use that to build this piece, this concept piece.
It is really beautiful.
Thank you.
And that's probably why you chose it, right?
Absolutely.
Being the featured artist, and the story behind it makes it even more beautiful. So thank you for sharing that with us. So did you start with an actual photograph and then digitize it, or how does it work?
Yes, I actually photographed the girl in the picture and took out all the background and added some clouds, and then added the sky and some stars. Just to complete that story in my mind's eye.
Yes.
How I viewed it. So
Well.
I used like I said, my photography, and then I used Photoshop to build everything around her.
Beautiful. Just spectacular. What other things will people see when they see you at the Prescott Indian Art Market this weekend?
Like I said, I started out as a landscape photographer when I first started doing photography, and then started doing portraiture a few years later. So I started photographing portraits, combining portraits and landscapes together. And then as digital photography became very popular, people actually have phones that have cameras now. And so we pretty much photograph everything. Everybody will go to Grand Canyon, photograph. So it's all out there. So I had to, in order to be different from everybody else, I had to figure out photographing different things. So I started photographing at night because not a lot. Yeah, when it's not a lot of people will take the time to stay
Yeah.
late at night.
Right.
Sometimes you're out there at 1, 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Not a people are not
Right.
gonna
No.
take the time to do that. So now I do nightscape photography.
Wow. I bet the big moon that we've had the past couple days has helped with that. Did you get out
Yeah.
there with your camera
No,
with that
actually, I
harvest moon?
didn't.
Oh, it's been spectacular.
But yeah, so to keep making my photography different, and then I also started thinking about doing concept type photography, which is coming up with some kind of storytelling, getting inspiration from my cultural background and stories about that came from the Navajo creation story.
Okay.
So to build those concept pieces, I do have to photograph different elements and put them together and actually make them look like I actually photographed it that way. And they kind of start taking on a paintery type look.
Okay.
So it's kind of different.
Yes, it sounds just spectacular.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see more of your work
Yes.
at the art market. We're going to take another quick break, and when we do, I want to hear about some of the other juried artists that will be at this year's Prescott Indian Art Market. So stick with us for that here on Leza Live. Right now, I want to tell you about an event you don't want to miss. Coming up next Tuesday, the 24th, from 1 to 2 o'clock, the Circle of Life Senior Resource Center will feature a special guest, Dr. Jason Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group. Now, Dr. Campbell is a highly respected dentist right here in Prescott, and he's sharing vital tips for seniors and caregivers to keep those smiles healthy and strong. So whether you're a senior or care for one, this event is packed with powerful insights. You're going to learn key secrets to prevent tooth damage and loss, how medical issues can impact your oral health, and easy preventative measures to help you live your best life. So put it on your calendar next Tuesday, the 24th, from 1 to 2 o'clock at the Circle of Life Senior Resource Center, located on Sheldon Street at 377. And it's in Suite 102 in the Depot Marketplace. Go ahead and empower yourself and those you love with optimum oral health with Dr. Campbell. You're not going to want to miss it. You can learn more about this event online at PrescottDentist.com. Live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. We're talking all things Prescott Indian Art Market this morning. It's going to be this weekend on the campus at Charlotte Hall Museum. And it's going to be a spectacular weekend weather-wise. I mean, you've got to be so happy about the forecast. It's been so gorgeous. And we've been talking about some of we just shared with you, the featured artist, Priscilla Ticini. What other artists can people expect to see at the Prescott Art Market this coming weekend?
Oh, we have so many artists here, and so many that are just really known quantities.
Yes.
I think Jerry Kotskoiva, he's a Hopi Katsina carver. He's also on our council. He's been around for many, many years. Really fine work. Something we haven't talked about, which is our performers. One of our performers, one of the groups, is the Yodis, which is they're a Hopi reggae band out of Flagstaff.
Fabulous.
And their frontman, Ed Caboti, is really multi-talented. So he's not just a singer, a guitar player, musician. He's also a carver. He makes flutes and does wood carvings. So it's really exciting because he does both.
Right.
He's both on the stage as well as in the booth.
Very talented.
Like the rest of the artists. But yeah, we've just got some really, really fantastic people. Ramson Lomatawama, who's a glassblower, also another fixture with the market. As we've been talking about, so many of these artists return year over year over year. I think there will be a lot of familiar faces for people, but we do have a good number of newer and younger artists. Penelope Joe, she's a young artist, a Navajo painter. I think this is her second year coming to this market, but she's been going to the Swaya market in Santa Fe, as well as the Herd. So we're really excited to have her work here again. That's one of the really great things that we have going for this market as well, is we do have a good number of younger artists. So we have lots of different generations represented. And not just with our artists, but also with the families that come along with many of the artists as well. So it gets to be a family affair, and really, as we were talking about, a community affair. So we've got a lot of really fantastic artists that are going to be here.
Wow.
It's hard to feature any one of them.
Right, because they're all outstanding. I mean, they're all juried artists. So,
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you spoke a little bit about the performances.
Yes.
Is there a schedule that people can check out if they want to kind of plan their day and their visit to Charlotte Hall Museum this weekend?
We need to get it posted up on our website.
Okay.
But yes, we do have a performance schedule. Starting 9:30 Saturday and Sunday, we are going to have live performances from dancers, storytellers, musicians throughout the day. So as I mentioned, the Yodis out of Flagstaff, the Yellowbird Dancers, and Red Mountain Creations. Those are the three main groups. And then one of our council members, Randy Kemp, is also doing, he's also on the performance schedule as a flute player and storyteller. So It's all very exciting.
Yes, very exciting. And something that you mentioned during the break, Stuart, one of the most wonderful things about the art market is that people can come out and talk to the artists and hear the stories, like Priscilla just shared with us. The story is what inspired them to create their artwork, and that just makes it so much more special. And like you said, people come back year after year to see their favorite artists at this art market.
And the market's large enough. I really invite people to come out both days, because as you walk through the market and you visit the artists and you start seeing art that you might want to take home, but you spend a quality time talking with the artists, getting to know them. So it's hard to get through the whole show in one day. And if you do, you want to make a checklist to come back on Sunday to go and speak to the artists and learn a little bit more about their art and catch up on what they've been doing the last year.
Sure.
Ramson is a friend of mine. I always look forward to seeing him again and find out what he's been doing.
What does he do? What's his medium?
He is a glass blower. And so he is making he's an extra demonstrator, because you can watch him make his artwork from his mobile glass blowing shop.
Neat.
And that's one of the things that I think brings people back every year, and why the artists come back to the Prescott Indian Art Market. It's a very special relationship between Charlotte Hall Museum, Prescott, and the artists. And so it's one of the most important festivals, I think, art festivals that's held in the Southwest every year.
Wonderful. And it's this weekend. So how nice. We have to talk about food. Will there be food at
There
the
will
market?
absolutely be food.
Good.
Sunny Concessions is they've been a long-time partner with us. They've been coming to the market, I think, just about as long as it's been running.
Nice.
So yeah, they'll have fry bread and the whole deal. And we'll also have tumbleweed mobile coffee set up at the market as well, so for
Great.
anyone who wants a little fancier drink.
Yes. So come hungry.
Absolutely.
All right. We have to take one more quick break. On the other side, more about the Prescott Indian Art Market here on Leza Live. Welcome back, and thanks for hanging out with us this morning. It's Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM, KYCA, talking about the Prescott Indian Market. Going to be at Charlotte Hall Museum this coming Saturday and Sunday. And you just mentioned during the break that there's also a powwow this weekend, too, right, Priscilla?
Yes, they usually have that at the Watson Lake.
Very nice. What a fun weekend to do both, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. They have art there as well.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Well, we're talking about the Prescott Indian Art Market, Prescott Indian Art Market specifically, and I'm curious to know how many tribes will be represented at the market.
We'll have at least 13 tribes represented at the market. Ranging from the Midwest and Oklahoma all the way out here into the Southwest. So we've got a lot of really great representation and a lot of fine artwork that's going to be coming from a lot of different perspectives.
Beautiful, beautiful. $5 will get you in the door, and you can actually become a member of Charlotte Hall Museum right there at the door. And what does that do for you, Stuart?
The membership is instead of your $5 membership fee, your $5 entry fee will go towards your membership.
Okay.
A couple, it's individuals $50. A couple, I believe, is $75. The $100 fee for 4, you get passes all year round. Also gets you into museums across the country in North America, and then 10% off of our gift shop. And then, of course, you're getting emails regularly about all of our events and our exhibits on campus. And so we really encourage people to come out and become a member of the museum, and it really provides the foundation of the support of our community when people become members. And then they get the first news about what's happening happening at Charlotte Hall Museum.
That's great.
And there's a lot happening, including upcoming exhibits this fall that Jackson's been working on. And so called Snaps and Clasps. I think it's November 1st. So if people want the inside scoop on what is happening at Charlotte Hall Museum, become a member this weekend.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
they would love it.
And it's important. The memberships are super important to the museum because it's what you count on to keep the museum running, correct?
That is right. And
Yes.
so we love, and memberships benefit our entire community and the museum because it just makes us stronger and allows us to do more and more events and activities like the Prescott Indian Art Market.
Right. 26 years. That's just amazing. And it's happening this weekend. Again, what are the times and any other information that we haven't touched on?
The Prescott Indian Art Market is on the campus of Charlotte Hall Museum, downtown Prescott, 415 West Gurley. Saturday we're open 9 to 5, and Sunday we're open 9 to 4.
Okay,
And
very good.
Yeah.
And you said to bring, everybody should come. Bring the
Yes.
kiddos because you have activities for the kids too.
Absolutely. Bring the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have plenty of activities and hands-on things for the kids to get involved in. The demonstrators are always fascinating to watch. We have 10 demonstrators all throughout campus showing how they do their work.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention the performances that everyone can enjoy. So bring the whole family out. This is an event for everyone.
Oh, it's going to be a ton of fun. What a beautiful way to spend a Saturday or Sunday in downtown Prescott. Looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to everybody coming out.
Yes, yes. Are you ready for the crowds?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We are ready.
Well, because if there anybody out there like me, I'm ready to shop and meet the artist because that makes it super special. Just
Absolutely.
to shop is different than meeting the people that actually created the artwork. So thank you, Priscilla, for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank
and
you for having
congratulations
me.
again.
Thank you.
And thank you, Jackson and Stuart. We'll see you
Thank
at
you.
the Prescott Indian Art Market this weekend.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Leza.